Alright. Beat is done. I had to get the auxiliary cable. I don't have my studio speakers here. Park's crooked. I feel like I'm walking weird because you're following me. But it could also be a really cool walk and you just have to see. So I'm working on a lot of things right now. I got a YouTube series that I'm getting ready to work on with my roommate called Common People. It's basically a dramatic type of comedy that really just plays on into things kind of in the way Atlanta does, but not really. Partially because a big inspiration for me is Donald Glover, and just his whole career is kind of something that I want to do. And so just going off of that, this is a reason why I direct, I make music, I do photography, I make music videos. Actually, what I'm working on right now is back in my hometown. I am fairly known for making music videos, but the problem is here, nobody knows of my work. And so what I'm thinking about is going around and posting these flyers in just different areas of San Marcos, giving free music videos to artists and people here, just so I can try to build a community of people here. Tap into the community, because I know there's artists and musicians and people here who need video work. Everybody kind of does. Just like you need me for this video. But so really I just want to tap into the market and just start creating with people here rather than all the way back in my hometown, which is Waco. And that's one of my biggest projects right now, is just trying to find a way to basically assimilate with the creatives in San Marcos to then get with them to try and push my creativity to make a stamp here as well. So the biggest thing right now is I'm fairly unknown in San Marcos, so that's it.
So then, as a director, how do you step into that role? What do you do to get what you want?
First and foremost, when I'm working with people, I like to joke around a lot. I don't know if you feel that now, but when I'm getting down to a point when it's time to work, it's very serious, and I try to get what I want from the people in the quickest manner possible. And so before we actually work, I like to talk to them, sit down, you know. I've been thinking of going out to eat, but I'm kind of broke, so I can't take people out to eat. But just really sitting down, getting to know the people, letting them know me, letting them know that, you know, I'm not just a super serious, cringy, we gotta get the work done type of guy. And so really I feel like personal bonds with the people that you're gonna work with is one of the biggest values, because if they feel connected to you and they feel like they can trust you, they'll work harder for you to get you what you need, and they'll try their best for you, rather than somebody who's just breathing down their throats and you know, you better get this right this time because this and that. And I don't try to be that type of director. I want to be more of a friend than a director. Musically, right now I am in a tough spot, because I found the problem, which is one of the things that I find so amazing about Donald Glover, is that it seems like things all connect. And so I'm trying to figure out really where my director's vision, my photography vision, and my musical vision, where they meet at that sweet spot. And right now I haven't really found it. So now I make music that I like, but it doesn't really tie into the things that I think creatively with my videos, and then they just don't clash and they don't work, and it's a big headache, and I'm sitting down trying to come up with things, and I'm kind of stressing myself out, but not really, because in the end it'll be worth it once I find that sweet spot where everything meets, and then boom. But musically, I just try to tie in lots of different ideas with listening to film scores, with listening to jazz music, listening to rock music. I just try to tie in everything to create maybe not something new, because in this time, I mean, it's hard to make something 100% new, but create something that represents me and my reality and my experiences as a person. So that's really all I want to do with creating things, period, is just to bring others into my world and show them how unique that world is, which is a sense of what I'm trying to do creatively. Listen to, let me see. Okay, so alright, I'm gonna ruin this. So what I did was I took this sample that I found and I did a bunch of stuff to it. Honest, like a lot of processing went into it. Really don't want to explain it, but just a lot of processing went into it. And so I flipped it, messed around with it until I got something like this, where just some kind of, I don't know, it spoke to me a little bit. It just kind of, it made me want to work on it. And so next what I did on it was I added these little, let me see, it's called percussion stones. I did. That's really it. I just threw that in the back with that on top, with the other sound on top of it. It's real subtle. You can't really tell it's there. Then you add the drums. Yeah. And then you can hear it. That's the drums right there. But the drums still, they sound jumpy right now, but they needed something else. So what I did was I added just some little percussion. Let me see if I can find them for you. Where are they at in here? They're somewhere in here. Right here, I think. Just some real subtle, just some real small. Because it's all about the subtle things. You add the subtle things in to make something big. Okay, yeah. Little breakdowns to just kind of keep it interesting. And then at this point, basically you have a beat, but you always need your low end, so you got to go through and add. And on this one, I didn't want to go too crazy with that. I just wanted to keep it just in the range of the song. Just keep following the keys that were already by the sample. Then you get that. Then you add the. Then the sample. Then you want to keep it interesting, so you add little differences. Something a little different to it.
What are your influences? What kind of music do you make? Because it seems you love making music.
Yes.
So who are your inspirations for music?
Like I said, one, Donald Glover is one of like life inspirations, like down to everything. I've always wanted to be asked this question, honestly, and I thought I would be ready when it came, but I'm actually not. The Weeknd is a big one. Ironically, Rich the Kid is another one. I just like his attitude towards everything. He's a cool guy. Shoot. It's so much music that I listen to, I can't really say right now. Travis Scott is another big one. Really, well, Kanye, Travis Scott, they're all in that same kind of sonically sound or whatever. Yeah, can't really just pinpoint like a select top 5 right now. There's so many influences I have that influence my sound.
So when you're working on an album or a track or anything, how long does it generally take you? What's the process like?
Okay. So what I start out with is the music. Like, I try to get the sonics down first. Like, I want to know what the feeling is, because a lot of the time the instrumental is the feeling, the words are the backing to me. And the words, like, the lyrics are the thing that'll bring it home, and the music is the thing that traps you in that world that you're creating. So I like to start with the instrumentals first, and then see how it affects me, and then sit down and then write my lyrics to it. But the problem with that process is, like a lot of creatives, you kind of get to a point to where you become a perfectionist, and you don't want to release things until you feel that it's good enough. And so I deleted all of my past music from high school because it was like bad to me. So I deleted it all, and I just started putting out music again. So far, and I've been working for a year now with my newer equipment, new sound, new everything, and I've only put out 2 songs. So and it's just, I like to have things the way that I saw them when I first thought of the idea. And that takes time sometimes. Sometimes it's spontaneous, you get it right off the bat. But sometimes it takes time to really like step away for maybe a month or so, go back to the project, and you got that fresh idea, and you write that down, you put that there, you get this down, and then sometimes you lose it and it's not done yet. And you can't force it, because then it'll be like a house of cards. You pull that right one, the whole project falls down, and so it's best to just leave it alone, wait, and come back whenever you're ready. And that's kind of the approach I take to music. I just like to take my time and get the things right when I do it, but also allow that spontaneous feeling. And I just mainly work off of the vibes and that are around you and the energy. Wow, I sound like one of those hippie people.
So what's been the biggest challenge for you, either releasing music, writing music, stumbling blocks?
Okay. The biggest thing for me, I would have to say, is with writing the lyrics, because words have so much power. And you don't want to say the wrong things to them that may jeopardize your image in a way. And this is just the way I look at lyrics. And so I try to say the right things and bring a whole creative new feel on. I don't know, like, just writing sucks to me because it takes so much time. And so when I'm making music, it's all off of feeling for me, and I can feel this, I can press these keys, I can do this, I can do that, and I can maybe go find this new drum sample that just instantly inspires me to go back to a project I did 6 months ago to add that in. But with lyrics, it's just you and the music, and whatever you write, that's it. So like, it's harder for me because just sitting down and doing one thing for a certain period of time is hard to me, because I have a multi-track mind. So I could be writing this and I say this one word and I'm like, oh, that'd be a cool video. And then I slide the journal out of the way and I'm like, okay, this video here, I gotta write these notes down, And I'm like, oh, I can write this music to this because this could be a cool shot here. And then I'm like, forgetting that I was just writing a song. And so 2 days later I come back, oh, I was writing a song. So I pick the notepad up, start writing, and it happens again. And so it's always like I'm creating new ideas, and my biggest fault is finishing. And you, in this world, like, it's cool to have new ideas, but if you don't finish, it means nothing. And so that's what I'm fighting against right now.
What's been your favorite project? Either music, your video, photo. What's been your favorite project?
Honestly, I can't pinpoint a favorite right now because I judge myself so harshly to where when I first put it out, it's the most amazing thing, but then a day later I don't like it. So I can't really say that. Probably the next thing I do, probably this interview, I would say, will probably be my favorite thing that I've done, because I never linger on a project. If I make a new video, at that time for maybe the first day or two, I'll watch the video maybe 5 times. But then I'll watch it so much I notice parts where I messed up. And that's a part of growing as an artist. So I never really linger on a project for too long. Wow, bro, doing an interview. So I never really get time for myself to linger on things. I'm always trying to create the next thing. So yeah, I don't think right now at this point in my career I have a favorite project.